Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and that's Cooper, and Truman's over in the doorway, just so you know. There are two. I know he's the one you see more often. Anyway, I'm here to do my June wrap up. It's actually part two. I did one earlier in the month, which I'll link below. I didn't read quite as much in the second half of the month. It just, I slowed down, but, I was really reading way more than I normally do, so actually I'm still kind of impressed with how much I got done. Overall, I read 11 books, 9 of them physical and 2 ebooks, and then I also participated in the Getting Graphics Readathon on June 17th, so I read 4 graphic novels and I reread 8 manga that I was reading in a series. So I think I still did pretty good this month. Overall, for pages read, this is just for the books. I don't count my graphic novels or manga. I just never have counted for pages. I don't even count it in my Goodreads list of, for the challenge of how many books I read. I just don't count my manga and my graphic novels. To me, those are fun on the side. It's not that they're not books or not interesting. I just never have counted them, and I'm not going to start now. I just never have since I've done the app or on my spiffy little spreadsheet that I keep for writing or reading. Well, I do it for writing too. They're both together. Anyway, so I read 3,459 pages this month, or in June, and it was 115 pages a day. So to me, that's a pretty good number. I usually average, or I try to average about 50 pages a day for the month. So to have 115, that's really good for me. And especially it's the best reading month I've had so far in 2017. So I'm quite impressed with myself. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go through the last half of the month, what I read, and wrap this up. Okay. So as I said, I did the readathon. I'm just gonna put out what I read just because, again, as I said, it's maybe not my statistics that way, but I did read them. So for the readathon, I read 4 graphic novels. I read Saga Volume 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's see if I can get that to work. Can you see that? Okay. So that's just 5. Anyway, I just picked one from off the internet. Anyway, so they were library books, so I had to read them anyway. They were due about a couple days after the readathon, so I had to read them anyway, so I got through them. I gave them all, I didn't put them on Goodreads. I had put the other ones on, but I'm about a 3.5 on these. I'm not, some volumes are better than others. I don't know why everybody loves it so much. I think it's fun and I enjoy it. I'm not, I guess it's not my favorite, I guess, but it's fun. Anyway, and then I read 8 volumes of Blackbird by Kanoku Sakurakoji. And I've had this series for a really long time. As I said, I read the first 8, and those are actually the 8 that I remember reading. This is number 9, which I'm going to continue on with this in July to finish it out. Because there's like 18 volumes, and I've bought every one of them, but for some reason I stopped reading after 8. And I don't know if it's because at the time I was moving around or I just got distracted. Anyway, so, but I really enjoyed rereading those. So I thought Getting Graphic was fun. It was nice to read that stuff all day, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm glad I did that. Anyway, so for physical books, I thought I would, next I read was a new release, Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan McGuire. I really enjoyed this. I love this world, the Wayward Children series. I know this is a prequel, or maybe we're talking weird here, but I like that we got to see Jack and Jill's origin story kind of thing. So it was kind of interesting to see that. My biggest complaint with this is, again, it's short. It was fun it was a really fast read. I read it in one day, or one evening, really. But the problem I have with this is, again, it's like, we get a lot of stuff, but I just feel there's so much stuff we could also get, like more more stuff in the world or more stuff in the characters' development or things that happen to them. Again, I'm really big about the whole let's punish our characters as much as possible and make their lives hell. And again, this was pretty much the hell. I mean, the place they go to, the moors, is pretty awful, and I wouldn't want to go there myself. So, but I still want more. So, but I gave this I gave it a 4.5. Probably closer to 4.5, but so I really enjoyed it. I felt there was, I wanted more. And I kind of wanted a little, once you read it, a little epilogue connecting this book to the other book a little bit more. That was just my opinion. Anyway, so I read that, and then I went on to read a series. Now, the first book I had started reading last August, I think it was, and I put it down for some reason, which everybody does. We read part of it and just stop, and I don't remember what happened. Anyway, so it's Dead Iron by Devin Monk, the Age of Steam series. I like steampunk, and so this is a cool American West reimagining with magic and fae and werewolves and stuff, and so it was fun. I am glad I went back and read this. I think the first time around I must not have been in a reading mood or something, so I'm really glad I went back, because I did enjoy this, and I did actually continue on with the next part of the series with Tin Swift, which is 2, and then Cold Copper, which is book 3. I enjoyed the series overall. I gave them a 3.5 on some of the books. It was more, they were just fun reads. They didn't blow my mind. They didn't do anything super new and exciting, but I liked the way she put it all together. So that was my biggest thing, is it was fun. And I have a lot of Devin Monk on my bookshelf that I had never read. I didn't know that. So I'm glad I got 3 books out of the way and done. I have like 3 books, I think, from the beginning of other series of hers. So now that I've read this, I know that I like her writing style. I didn't have any issues with that. Again, it was more, the type of book. I mean, I love urban fantasy, so, and I like anything to do with steampunk as well. So it's kind of fun. So as I said, I recommend it if you just want a quick, easy read. I think the problem is the series seems like it just ended and didn't get to finish. So that kind of left a lot of open questions for me, which is, maybe someday she'll come back to it, but I think it's been a couple of years since the last book came out, so it's kind of upsetting. So anyway, that's all I read, or finished actually, this month, plus the books that I read in my my other wrap up. I did start reading, The Raven Stratagem by Yoon-Ha Lee. I was looking forward to this quite a bit. Again, this is the sequel to Nine Fox Gambit, which I really enjoyed. It's the Machineries of Empire, book 2, this is. And I was really into it. I'm about 60 pages in, but I had to stop because another book came in. So I will get back to this. I'm figuring it'll be done in July at some point. I just, you'll see why. I don't know exactly what time. The book I'm currently reading is The Witchwood Crown by Tad Williams. I have been looking forward to this book since I knew it was coming out. I am a huge Tad Williams fan. I read the Dragonbone Chair or the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn series back when it first came out. Like, I read them in hardback, which they're right there. Here. Anyway, so I knew I was going to buy this. Now, I do not normally buy hardbacks, but this is one book I cannot wait for, and I'm not going to wait for a list on online. And I probably could have gotten on my Kindle instead and saved myself the pain of the hunking big book. I mean, okay, you can't really see. I forgot the book in the other room. Sorry. But it's like 700 pages, and the font is small to me for that kind of page. It's like 2 regular print pages on one. It's like, it takes a while to read. So I'm only about 126 pages in. on the 30th. So I figured I am going to, you know, this is the book I'm going to read for the next week. Probably it's going to take me at least that long. But again, this is my most anticipated read. I am so enjoying it already, and I am excited to read that. And the only other thing that I read a little bit in June that is probably not going to get done in July is I started reading War and Peace. I was trying to do the read-along with the Skeptical Reader and Beyond the Pages. I'll have that linked below. But I am not a reader who reads a little bit here and there on a story, like a couple, like they're doing 6 chapters a day. I don't find I can do that. I stay in one book for that period. Now, if I stop a book, that's different. I mean, I'm just stopping and I'm changing stories, but I'm not going back every day to the same story and reading something else. Even in school, I was horrible at that. When I was in college, that was the worst part of being an English major, is that I had so much reading to do, but I had trouble reading parts of different things at different times. I really wanted to just binge read or finish reading one thing and then start another one. And I struggled with it then. In my adult life, I don't like to do it. And I found that I am the same way again. So I'm not sure I'm going to do this read along for July since I'm only 50 pages in. June, I read a whole bunch, but this did not attract me. I love the writing so far in the 50 pages I read, and I do want to read this. So I think I'm going to wait till, I don't know, in the holidays, or I might even wait till November when I'm doing NaNoWriMo full out, and I'll have to have something to read while, you know, between my writing, and maybe a huge book is what I want to go with, because it won't matter if I get it done or not, because I'll be writing so much, and then I'll just have one story, you know, one novel to read on the side. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm failing at the read along, so yeah, it kind of disappoints me. But anyway, so that's the end of June for me. As I said, I did fairly well. I mean, to read 11 full books and again, some of those graphic novels too, that to me that's big. And I mean, I know a lot of people can read a lot more and some people read a lot less. So I'm happy with what I got. So anyway, that's it for now. If you read any of these books or have any suggestions on stuff, that would be great. I'd love to hear from you. Bye!